Hello and welcome to our second very exciting episode of Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. Because it is for nothing else. Kinda wondering if I could speed those load times up a little bit with an SSD. Something I'm gonna be thinking about, because I got an extra one today. I'm kind of excited to use it for something. Okay. Leave the Blade Barracks. I can do that. I'm capable of leaving a place. Not doing the face cam just because, I don't know. Don't have a good reason.
It's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah. Nagi must really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby. Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here one sec.
What the hell?
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far, so fast, without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over. So this is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Hey!
Yes?
Idiot.
Yes?
Oh, I'm a moron.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Let's see how this music plays out.
Listen,
Also, I may have been checking Facebook.
so this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for Skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole Skells. Can you imagine owning your own Skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Am I right?
Huh? Huh?
Really?
Huh?
Listen.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chosan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
Really?
Am I right?
Hey. Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part? I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization.
Kind of tempting
Helma,
to say
she
no,
can start
but
on your team. You'll begin training
I
immediately.
don't feel like having it
Yes, Mr.
tell me that I
Secretary.
can't actually make
With
that
pleasure.
choice.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments. Together, they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Wilma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe! Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Excellent use of the touch screen thingy.
Hey!
Well, that was an interesting bit of NPC dialogue. Oh shit, it's friend of the channel, Tomas.
Hey! Yes?
Attack at range! Follow my lead! Target in sight! Shadow strike! Flame grenade! Side flash! That was denser. Move in and keep the rhythm going! Come off balance! Sliding ice! Move in and do some damage! I know! Take this! Down you go! Present fire! Side flash! Taking shadow strike! We can play it! Flame grenade! Upper hand!
Spitting and we're stuck on a hole. We can break the planet. Nobody's looking at the sky. Trouble's always all around.
Fire
So we stay quick
carnival!
with the guns and cannons. Standing strong with the band until we get
Slide!
off.
Rolling forward!
Call off that song with no
Oh.
guitar. Dealing with lives messed up.
Pendants destroyed. Move in and strike. That could have done it. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Come on, Ben. I believe in you. Come on, Ben. I believe in you. Oh, why are you tanking? There was a time and a place to tank, and it's before I died.
Attack at range! Follow my lead! Fire in sight!
Shadow strike.
Wild down! Hanging down! We can play it! I figured we'd win. Hope I didn't get in the way. Here we go. Lock
They're
and
off
load.
guard. Stagger them with a melee attack. Sliding slinger.
Fire carnival!
Side flash.
Hanging down! Flame grenade! We can play it! I figured we'd win. Let's keep it up. Here we go.
Let's see. They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
Flame grenade!
Shadow strike.
Long armor!
Stop! Sliding slinger.
Fire carnival!
Scream it. Move in and do some damage.
quick with your guns and cannons. Sand in the bumpers and cannons, you'll be getting all dolls off. Then
Move in and do some damage. Fire rate!
Stop.
Sliding slinger!
What? What the hell happened here? You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless...
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid. The Tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all. As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. Don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Oh dear. My friend Tom has found himself in a bit of a medical pickle. He tells me he's inserted a booger inside of his quote-unquote wiener hole. Oh my. Oh, no problem. It feels good, apparently. Good for him. Did I get all of mine? Get killed by this thing.
Never hurts to get a little strong.
We've been spotted, and it's big.
Attack at range. Follow my lead. Target set.
It is indeed the Wii U. And no,
Nice
you
work,
cannot see
Lynn.
my
You
face.
fought well. You did too.
I just didn't feel like doing it.
Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site.
Yeah, the music's weird.
It marks
Good
the
weird.
ideal spot to bury the probe.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
How's my audio box, by the way? Am I more or less the audio version of legible? Is my
Good.
voice
Now we
discernible
just need to give it a
over
minute
the
to
sound
reach
of the
target
game?
depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it.
Is it too loud?
The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Oh, cool. Thanks, man.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
Half the secret is not mumbling.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Strength comes from experience. Even my
That's
coach
true
got
on any
better.
planet.
See if I can't do anything about that. Oh, are there no audio options? Wow. Yeah, nothing I can do about their voices being quiet, man. That is bizarre. Really, UI doesn't do much for me. It looks like Phantasy Star Online. Just, you know, in HD. Not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, it's nothing that feels new or original to me. I mean, the whole game is massively different from the other two Xenoblade Chronicles. I mean, just that you, like, have a create a character to deal with. And that there's guns. It's also, like, a much more grounded sci-fi setting overall. Well, I say grounded. We're on an alien planet with a bunch of aliens. But there are a lot fewer fantasy elements. No. For once, we're not on a giant beast body. We're just on an alien planet after fleeing the Earth. In the city of New LA. Go to the barracks. Yep, New LA. Honestly, it feels like it should be multiplayer.
Commander Vandam.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
What a wonderful line to end a chapter on.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigent that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigents.
Next? All right, Prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, Outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the Mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to Mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you got what it takes, it's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join? Don't fret about it too much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
Then it's settled?
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
And I'm already second-guessing my choice. I should have been a mediator. Or R&D. That juicy range damage bonus is just too tempting. I couldn't say no.
Hey.
If there's any downside to just taking them all at once. Oh, Thomas, you're incorrigible. Always on about those nuts.
Hey, now what?
Now then.
Here we go.
Let's see what we've got.
Roll harder! Flame grenade!
Shadow strike!
Blast!
Side flat nice. Move in and do some damage. Most balance. Early
Fire
burn.
particle!
That's the momentum. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Lightning slam! Hurrah! Back hammer! Blast! Close the gap! Watch me later!
Side nice. Move in and do some damage. Shadow strike.
Flame grenade!
Upper hand.
This good man, we're stuck on a hole. Get brick plan.
Slide.
No peace looking at the sky. Trouble's always all around. So
That's
stay quick
the
with your guns and
Move
hands.
in and keep the rhythm
Never
going.
imagined this is where life was going to take me.
Yeah, I saw that pop up on the Nintendo eShop. It's like Jay and Silent Bob's Mall. The second mall being M-A-U-L. Mallin, maybe? It didn't look awful, but I had no interest in really checking out Mall Brawl. Sorry, there you go. This isn't gonna go great.
Shadow strike! And it's destroyed. Move in and strike! Side slash! Wrong armor! I owe you one. Touch me up! Early burn! Recuperate! Now! Melee attacks!
Come on, Lynn. Take that last 20% of health. The whimsy of what? Oh, that's so far. Oh, whimsical Doolgill. My bad. Can I in any way teleport over there? No. Man, I really dig this map that I get on the touchscreen.
Here we go.
Engaging. Lay down some fire for me.
I'm ready for fire.
Sliding. Sling 'em. Side slash.
Still force. Assault hammer. Wrong armor. Oh, what that one staggered me. Upper hand.
This is
peace, looking at the sky. Trouble's always all around, so we stay quick with the guns and cannons. Standing as long as we can until we get off.
One more
Balls
hit
up,
for
then
me.
call off that
I'll
song.
take him down.
The talk is good with lives messed up.
What do you think this game's about, if not firing endless rounds into space dinos? Also, I'm not sure that was a dinosaur. It had, like, tentacles for a face. There are nowhere near enough door puzzles for this to be Dino Crisis. Yeah, this thing is clearly some sort of mollusk. I mean, yeah, it is pretty good music. There's no denying that. Let's go collecting things.
Let's see what
We
you
should
got.
weaken them just to be safe.
Shadow Strike!
Fire fireball!
Sliding Slinger!
Flame grenade!
Nice! Move in and do some damage.
Realm armor! Appendix down! Weaken them right in! Wow!
Upper hand! Sliding Slinger! Breathe it out!
Let's keep it up! It begins!
They're off guard. Stack them with a melee attack.
Fire fireball! On! I'll make them stumble! Down it goes!
Sliding
Press the button!
Side slash
Flame grenade!
early bird.
Wild down!
That's intensive. Move in and keep the rhythm going. Shadow
I
Strike!
figured you'd win. I'll use the strength to keep everyone safe.
Shadow
Flame
Strike!
grenade!
Sliding
Get him
Slinger!
again for me! Assault hammer!
Side slash
Nice job!
nice work.
It begins! This can't be good.
What? Oh. Nope, 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 nope. I don't want any part of any of that.
Sorry. I can't seem to get fired up.
Come on, forget about me. Jeez, finally. Yeah, man, that's a fair question. How do you forget somebody who barfs on your carpet and needs to be nursed from the brink of death?
Lock and load. Shadow strike. Murder. Go me. Slide. Look down. Lay into a bolt hammer. Fire carnival. I can great. Let me out.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle. Upper hand.
Slide down. Let's keep it up.
Ooh.
Level up. I think even my cooking got better.
Color of gear I haven't seen before. And will not be equipping for some time. Was that in Korea?
Attack at range. Follow my lead. Target in sight.
Carnival.
Shadow strike. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Let's lay in.
Side slash.
But see, that's okay, man. Nobody expects better of you in Korea, because you're an American.
Use an aura. Get control of the battle.
You know, man, just, be shitty. It's what we do.
Now, melee attack.
Murder. Nice job. Let's keep it up.
That's the one really great thing we've got going for us as a nationality. Nobody expects any better.
Let's see what you've got. Shadow strike.
Fire carnival. I know.
Side slash.
Slide. Topple them. Close in.
I'm sure the bartender just loved the hell out of you, man.
Murder.
Side knife. Move in and do
Yeah,
some
that's
damage.
quite generous of them. Did they just want you out?
Come on. No
Or
time
is
to
it
lose.
like,
We've
oh,
got a
silly
mountain of things
tourist?
to do.
That's the spirit. Just don't wear yourself out.
Fire. Don't miss. I've got your shadow blast grenade.
Aww.
A bolt hammer. Yeah. Now
That's
melee
sweet.
attack. Watch me lay into it.
Now, melee attacks. Upper hand. Sliding.
Ready? Let's move in! Let's lay into it! Flame grenade! Fire carnival!
Sir, I am the executive manager of this Brio.
Rapid fire!
Uniquely equipped to handle this situation.
Chrome armor!
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
You know, at least you weren't on your own when you did that now. That Kirschneider backing you up.
Sliding slinger. I'm in trouble. Heal me. Shadow strike.
Recuperate!
Upper hand. Scream edge. I like it. Strength comes from experience. That's true on any planet.
Oh.
Looks like we've got no choice.
Ready? Let's move in! Fire carnival!
Now it's my turn. Move in and do some damage.
I know! Take this! Go me! Now close that! Chrome armor!
They're tough. Catch me up.
Trash talk!
Side slash.
Flame grenade!
Shadow strike.
I feel great! Let me out! Close it!
Upper hand.
Fire carnival!
Slide knife. Move in and do some damage.
I will say this though, like the Brio thing is just funny because nobody had to clean up your puke. Nobody gave a shit about. I actually, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe you did give a shit about that. Give a shit about the Brio manager. I mean, who could resist him? An executive manager at that Brio. All the power, the fame, the money. Women want him and men want to be him. When the chips are down and somebody has to make the tough calls, who's there? He's there in that parking lot. Yeah, that might be a little dickish, but I mean, at least you didn't piss on anyone? That's about the only way I can think to make that worse. Or pull out a gun, I guess. You were armed at the time, I assume. Oh, cool. I didn't realize. Well, this isn't that. Ah, classes. Thank you for the tip, Azexel. I appreciate it. I have not been paying close attention.
Attack at range! Follow my lead! I've got your cover fire! Flame grenade! Sliding slinger! Screaming destroy! Move in and strike! Shadow strike! Rising blade! Go me! Side hammer! Close the gap! Assault hammer! Slide knife! Move in and do some damage! Yes! Flame grenade! Rising blade! Primer! I should be doing better. I should heal up first. That isn't bad.
Excellent strategy.
Sounds like solid strategy to me. Oh, there's that kind of big.
It never hurts to get a little stronger.
If I can see that new gear. Oh, okay, that's how fast travel works. I dig it.
Attack at range! Follow my target in sight! Shadow Fire! Carnival! Side slash! I know! What? Take this! Counter! Close in! Assault hammer! Down you go! Early present fire! Slide! Split it!
That's intense. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Hope you're ready for this. Go me.
And plug upper hand. Slide nice. Move in and do some damage. Appreciate it.
Fire carnival. Lightning blade. Shadow strike. Down you go.
Target in sight.
Thermal payload.
Screaming. Move in and do some damage. Upper hand. Side slash. Shadow strike. Move in and keep the rhythm going.
Watch me lay it. Lightning blade. Level up. I think even my cooking got better.
I hadn't really taken the time to notice before, but this game is kind of beautiful. I mean, duh, that's kind of what Monolith Soft does, but I guess I just kind of took it for granted after Xenoblade 2, or Chronicles 2.
stuck on a whole different planet.
Nope, no fast travel for me. I gotta run.
Looks like we've got no choice.
We should weaken them just to be safe.
Shadow strike!
Blind grenade! Wild dance!
Side blast!
Thermal payload!
Green edge!
Lay down some cover fire! Rising blade!
Sliding! Clean 'em!
Ah! Should be doing better. Heal me!
I should heal 'em first.
Thank you! Trash!
Use an aura!
Assault
Control
hammer!
the battle! Shadow strike!
Blast! Flame grenade!
Side
If
slash!
anyone's hurt, say something.
I don't know why they even bother. going.
Hope you're ready for this. Move it! Yes! Now melee strike!
I owe you one.
Flame grenade! What?
I figured you'd win.
Hope I didn't get in the way.
Experience. That's true on any front. It didn't have to be like this.
Attack at range! Follow my lead! Fire! Flame grenade!
Shadow strike. Now, melee
Period!
Side touch.
No! Take it! Look it! Flame! Thank you! Down you go!
Upper hand.
I've got you covered, fire!
Slinger. Damn. I knew we would have heard from them by now.
It was definitely fighting something. But this damage, it's not the usual claw or bite marks.
No signs of the team. If they were eaten, we'd know it. So did they walk away, or were they taken? Right. Either way, they couldn't have gotten very far. Let's keep looking.
Hold up, Elma. Check this out. I'm picking up an Earth-based IFF signal coming from that direction. It's Pathfinder.
That thing over there, maybe?
It doesn't look natural, does it?
No, it doesn't. It looks like trouble.
And look at this. I'm picking up readings for other life forms, too. Multiple signals, moving around inside the structure. Elma, you don't think...
I think you're right. Look at their movements. They're controlled, orderly. They're definitely not wild animals. Now the question is, are they native to Mira? Or are they visitors like us? And if so, from where?
You think it's one of the forces that destroyed Earth?
Let's not jump to any conclusions. It's a big universe out there. Of course, we shouldn't rule it out either.
Should we call this into HQ?
Yes, but not from here. If we're picking up their signals, they might be close enough to intercept ours.
You there! Drop your weapons!
Stay calm. We don't want to provoke them.
Earth aliens! Surrender! Now!
They know about Earth? You may have been right after all, Lynn.
What are you doing?
It's okay, Lynn. Just stand down. I'm not sure why, but somehow they're able to communicate with us.
Meaning?
Meaning we need to know if diplomacy is a viable option.
Roger that.
We come in peace, and we're willing to negotiate, If you have any Earth alien prisoners, we'd ask the conditions for their release. If you don't, we'll leave you in peace.
No negotiation. No conditions. We have our orders. All Earth aliens must die.
Flame grenade! Fire carnival! Shadow strike! Infuriate! Side slash! Rising blade! Slide nice! Move in and do some damage! I know! Take this! Early bird! Side slash! Move in and keep the rhythm going! Let's play it! Upper hand! Got it! Lay out and cover fire! Sliding now! Melee attack! Fences sting! I know! Take this! Blow me! Now close the gap! Let's play Primer! Side slash! Shadow strike! Great! Let me at him! Sliding slinger! Infuriate! Scream edge! So much for the diplomatic approach. What's the deal with wanting us all dead anyway?
Yeah, I wonder. They did mention they were following orders. Maybe someone higher up their chain of command would be willing to negotiate.
Well, I mean, I gotta check it out, right? That seems complex. She a precious good girl.
Lynn, can you give us an approximate location for that IFF signal?
Come on, you made her
Let's
cry. Now
see.
you have to pet her.
Seems to be originating from that building over there.
Then we'd better get moving. There's no time to
Good night.
lose.
Oh, that's nice. You doing okay out there, man? Out there, as in much closer to me than you. We met aliens. They're dick holes. Oh shit. Alien.
Attack at range! Fire Carnival! Shadow Strike! Flight Grenade! Target in sight! Side Slash! Lightning Blade! Assault Hammer! Thermal Payload! Lay down cover fire!
Upper hand! Sliding slinger!
Same
Do some
old.
damage.
Never fought aliens before in a Xenoblade Chronicles game. As far as I played one, at least. Ah, okay. I mean, right about now, maintaining the status quo is pretty good. Titanium knife.
Ready? Let's move in!
Now, it's my turn. Now,
Right
melee
Blade!
attack.
Fire Carnival!
Sliding slinger.
Assault Hammer! Flight Grenade! Infuriate! Defensive Stand! Elimination!
Side slash. Sliding slinger. Scream it. Meteor do some damage. We got it. Let's move.
You know, man, I've been wondering that this whole time. I don't think it ever was. It kind of does have that feel there.
They've seen us!
They're off guard. Stagger them with a melee attack.
Infuriate! Fire Carnival! Lightning Blade! Blast! Assault Hammer! Flight Grenade!
Upper hand.
Lightning Blade!
Upper hand! Rising blade! Sliding slinger!
I feel great. I figured we'd win.
Nice work.
It never hurts to get a little stronger.
I mean, to some extent, all the Monolith soft games kind of have that MMO feel to them. But this one, I don't know if it's just a create-a-character thing. It does feel a little more like it probably was at some point. I mean, I think the look is fine. Some of the models look kind of shitty, especially the aliens that we're fighting here. They look awful. But I mean, everyone else looks okay. Yeah, I don't think there were any 2-disc Wii U games.
I think even my cooking got better.
Uh-oh. I don't think the final game ended up being that big.
They're all dead. You killed them all. In cold blood.
Fortune did not smile upon them today.
Nelson.
You filthy Earth aliens do not belong on this planet.
You seem more fluent than the others. Are you
Yeah,
in
but I
charge?
don't think the Wii U used Blu-ray.
I am called Glednar. I command this squad, Earth alien. Now it is time for you to surrender.
Hello, Glennar. I am called Elma, and I command this squad. If this planet is your home, we apologize for intruding. We crash-landed here after our ship was damaged in an attack by unknown adversaries. We were hoping we could negotiate a peaceful settlement in exchange for our friends, but...
Peaceful settlement? Your words are wasted on us. All we can promise Earth aliens is a swift death.
Elma.
Right. We tried. Looks like survival of the fittest it is. Fine then. Seeing as you know
I think
we
after
come
this
from
battle, I'm
Earth,
gonna call it, and then we'll check on the sides.
I'm guessing there's a good chance we might have a score to settle with you anyway.
Oh no, they're doing it for me.
don't get it. Why would they be so bent on killing all humans?
Who can say? Whatever the reason, this is dire news. We should let the others know ASAP. Let's call it in and head back to HQ for a full debrief.
Done diddly did it.
Roger that. And here I just started to hope we'd finally escaped all this.
Escape! Yes, escape! Tatsu also want escape!
Oh, please be a no pawn.
Let's not leave Tatsu trapped!
More Xenos? What should we do?
Stay back, Link. What do you think, Rook?
No, we gotta open that crate. We gotta find a no pawn in here. No pawn! I hope it's my party member and my best friend.
Finally! Dance of freedom! Tatsu thanks you!
Interesting. One of the vegetables is sentient.
Talking potato? I wonder if it tastes different, too. I know what we're having for dinner tonight. You don't know it yet, new girl, but I'm a pretty mean cook.
You are mean! Mean and cruel! Tatsu definitely not potato! Tatsu explained this to dumb and smelly Prone when they take Tatsu, but Prone not listen! Prone never listen. On Nopon Rue Day, Prone first set sticky feet on Mira. Especially Tatsu. Tatsu witnessed Prone abuse firsthand. At this rate, entire Nopon race in danger. Yes, Nopon are endangered species.
Dude, if you
so
think
really,
this is
friends
wacky
have
music,
social
you gotta listen to
responsibility
Tora's theme.
to protect Tatsu from danger.
Uh-huh. What do you think, Elma? Bake or fry?
Wait a minute. The beings who captured you, big brutes in armor, little pointy ears?
Yes, Prone!
And they're a more recent arrival here, is that right? They're not native to this planet?
Not native, recent. If friends want more details, friends must promise to protect Tatsu. Only then will Tatsu talk.
Right. Elma, you hold him. I'll heal.
Tatsu will talk! Tatsu will talk! Friends not get Nopon sense of humor is all.
So if I understand correctly, this is your homeworld. The Nopon people are native to Mira. And then just recently, the Prone show up and quickly hunt you to the edge of extinction. Is that right?
Not just Prone. Prone and their nasty, evil buddies. Lots and lots of them.
Their buddies? You mean other alien races?
Other hungry alien races. They all gang up on Nopon. They do horrible, terrible things to Nopon. Someday, Tatsu will turn tables and eat them for a change. Tatsu has seen those eyes before. Hungry eyes, like Prone eyes. Tatsu is here to serve, not be served.
Yeah, seriously. What kind of barbarian would want to eat this little guy just like that? We should take care of him. Wash and clean him, season him.
That's right, that's right! This is exactly what Tatsu is saying! Take Tatsu to your village, wash and clean Tatsu, season Tatsu. Wait.
What do you think? Take him with us?
He seems harmless enough. And he'd be a good source of information on Mira and the Prone. All right. We can debrief him when we report to Commander Vander. As long as he passes the quarantine scan, we can bring him back to New LA.
Right. Let's get that out of the way. All clear.
Then Tatsu can join friends? Dance of joy! New friends are friendliest friends ever! I know! Tatsu has special thank you gift for friends, for saving Tatsu's life! Tatsu will lend it to friends for free!
Lend? It's not a gift if you don't give it.
Give it away? For always? For free? This would be insulting to friends and to Tatsu. No Nopon merchant worth his salt and pepper could do such a thing. Tatsu is grateful, but Tatsu not insane.
What? It's insane to think if someone saves your life, you might actually show them some real... And he's not even listening.
you ever get lost? Tired of bulky maps and flawed memory? There is a better way. Friends, this is your lucky day. Presenting Follow Ball!
What?
Follow Ball is #1 ultimate best super secret must-have no-pawn item. If friends get lost out in wild, friends just follow Ball of Light to safety. And now it's yours, for free, to borrow. For now, anyway.
Really? Follow Ball? That's the best name you could come up with for your super special thing?
Meh, meh, meh. What would friend prefer? Fancy name no one understands so friend can feel smart? Now, time for no-pawn dance of generosity.
I don't know. Is that thing really gonna be all that useful? What if it's a trap, or boom, it just blows up in our faces?
Ah yes, that reminds Tatsu. If Follow Ball get damaged, Tatsu need to charge friends full price, plus restock fee.
So much for Dance of Generosity.
Where did you get that anyone was gonna piss on him? You got R. Kelly on the brain, man. I hope I'm thinking of the right person. Can I just fast travel back? Oh God. I mean, it was peeled. They thought he was a potato. You know, every fetish, no matter how weird, deserves to be catered to, I suppose, but forced urination is... I don't know, man. That feels kind of far. Oh, I keep forgetting I can sprint. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Damn, losing Nelson's team is a real blow. But the fact we're not the only visitors on this rock is even worse.
They made it clear they want all humans dead. For all we know, they may be related to the forces that destroyed Earth and followed us here.
Wonderful. I'll report this to Secretary Nagi. See if we can't bolster our defenses. Just one last thing. What the bloody hell is this dancing turnip doing here?
He's actually a potato.
Tatsu, not turnip or potato. For last time, Tatsu is not food. Now, on behalf of Planet Mira, Tatsu welcome all Earth people and offer a friendly treaty of friendship.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we were thinking he could be a good source of general intel about the planet. Exactly how useful that'll be remains to be seen.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Friend's totally safe now that Tatsu is in town. Tatsu watch over and protect friends, especially weak, pathetic Lindley with her thin, bony wings.
You mean my arms? Look who's talking. And who said anything about you coming with us? You can stay here, you greedy, annoying little cabbage. I'm sure there's a salad here that could use you.
Meh? Tatsu stay here? Friends would leave Tatsu behind?
It's for the best. You said yourself your people are endangered, and the Xenos that captured you might still be out there. You'll be safest here in the city.
Agreed.
Tatsu not agreed? Friends will want Tatsu along. Friends need Tatsu along.
How so?
What? Well, that, of course. This planet have many helpful Nopon that Tatsu can talk to. Other Nopon can share information for friends.
That might be useful.
That right. Most Nopon not like Tatsu. Nopon can be shy. Nopon can be difficult. Most Nopon never trust friends or even talk to friends. But Tatsu? Nopon love Tatsu. Tatsu use smooth talk and winning personality to get friends good info.
The tater tot has a point.
Uh-huh. More like an ulterior motive, if you ask me.
I mean,
Tatsu perish the thought. Tatsu
would you
intentions
rather
are
have him
pure,
not wear
Lindley.
pants or cargo shorts?
Yes, no. Lindley intimidated by Tatsu's
Like,
strength
right now,
and
they're doing
smarts,
just a
but
star-bellied
do not worry,
speech.
Tatsu is true friend.
Strength and smarts, huh? That's really not what I'm worried about here.
All right, then
I
it's
wonder if
settled.
the star is
Small
like
Fry here will accompany you three out in
the
the field.
general area
After all,
or
we can
organ
use
of his
all the info
dome.
we can get.
Seriously? We have to babysit this thing?
You're the ones who picked him up. Besides, did you really want to leave him with another team?
Maybe not. Unless we were invited to the meal, I mean.
See? Already getting along like peas and carrots. He can be your charge, Lynn.
Oh, come on, Commander! That's not funny! I've got my hands full out there! This is so unfair. Back me up here, would you, Elma?
I'm sure Elma has no objections.
Right. As you say, Commander.
Done and done. Welcome to Blade, Tater. We'll be counting on you.
Yes, sir. And it's a Tatsu. Oh, one thing Tatsu forgot to mention. Nopon are pacifists, so friends need to defend Tatsu, keep extra super safe in any battle. Tatsu VIP diplomat, after all.
And why am I not surprised? So much for him watching over and protecting us.
Why is it 55% now? I could swear it was 60 before.
So, Rook, feel like you're starting to get the hang of things?
course you are. You've taken to it like a fish to water, just like Elma and the Commander said you would.
Just the same, let's review the key points, and I can fill in some extra details. Blade's top priority right now is to secure missing pieces of the Lifehold. You remember that much. Countless people are frozen in the Lifehold. It's the key to restoring humanity. Up until we ran into the Prone, our biggest concern was that wild indigents would stumble on the Lifehold and damage it somehow. But now there's a more pressing threat, intelligent alien races who are intentionally trying to destroy us. So, our search has new urgency. We need to find and retrieve all of the Lifehold ASAP.
And the best way to do that is by expanding the reach of Frontier Nav. The more probes we can install, the wider we can scan, and the faster we can find bits of the Lifehold.
So our primary focus going forward should be to travel around Mira installing data probes. As many as we can, as fast as we can. I can't stress enough how important this is. You still with me? Good. Then let's move on to the other pressing threat that Blade has to deal with. Hostile indigens. There's no real delicate way to put this. Any wildlife that poses a clear threat must be eliminated. The Lifehold is our future, but we can't ignore the present. We still have our duty to keep New LA safe. And sometimes that duty requires enacting coordinated strikes to solve problems before they can do real harm.
We're the newcomers here, it's true. And they're usually just out to defend their territory. But sometimes it really is them or us. And we have to make sure it's us.
Of all
Don't
the
get me
cities,
wrong.
why LA?
It's not like we run out there and light up anything that moves. Only Blade HQ can choose targets, and they tend to keep them strictly to creatures that pose a significant threat to our survival.
In order to contribute to this cause, operatives are asked to form into squads to take on special missions. These squad missions, as we call them, don't get posted to mission control like your other, more typical assignments. Rather, HQ transmits the details directly to all of us at the same time. Basically, they want as many people to know about them ASAP, so they can be taken care of ASAP.
I'm sure you can imagine, but these missions aren't your run-of-the-mill little fetch quests.
Is this
It's
really the
not the
place to
kind of
blow
stuff
up
just
the
one or
track?
two blades could handle on their own. That's why squads can have as many as 32 members.
And it's why we ask members to sign up to a squad beforehand. We can't have blades playing musical chairs whenever this kind of emergency hits us. But just remember, squad missions are not mandatory. You don't have to drop everything you're doing just to take one on. HQ has no way of knowing what every blade is up to when these missions arise. If you're busy with something else, they'll understand. They need to trust our collective judgment with these things, and, well, so far so good.
And I think that about covers the basics, right?
Search for the missing pieces of the Lifehold. Install data probes to expand Frontier Nav. And take on squad missions when you can to keep us safe. Got all that? Good. We're counting on you.
And briefing adjourned. Thank God.
Yeah, that was a bit chatty.
All right, well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah, let's call it a night.
Oh, Tatsu's so excited to sleep in real bed. Lily can show Tatsu to his room now.
room is right over there.
Oh, it's the perfect size for Tatsu. Wait, what? Tatsu know what that is. That refrigerator. We'll go in there to cool off.
I guess you are smarter than you look.
Well, Tatsu not want to brag, but... wait a minute! Tatsu see what Lindley did there?
Best character ever. Showing me things yet. Oh, there is multiplayer in here. Huh. You sure are, buddy. You sure are. And with that, I have to pee so bad. I'm calling it an episode. Thanks for catching me on YouTube, or if you caught me live, that's cool too. I will catch you later. Bye.